Hi guys, it's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. And today I want to get into how stress affects your hair and how protective styles can help. Okay, if you didn't see my latest video, it talks about hair and health and how they are interconnected, and so go check that out. And this is a piggyback off of that video, just a dive deep, and I'm going to continue to talk about different hair topics as it relates to hair and wellness. So let's go. Did you know that stress can take a serious toll on your hair? We know that life be lifing, right? And as women, we have multiple hats that we wear, multiple responsibilities that we need to take care of, and just working and entrepreneurship and motherhood and so many things that can bring stress upon us, right? And most of the time, if we do experience hair loss, the last thing we think is stress, because stress is the silent killer, and it's also something that you can or cannot recognize, right? So most of the time, if you don't recognize like feeling it, you can see it through your skin, your hair, you know, how your body responds, and different changes with, you know, how you continue to go through your life. And so hair fallout and things like that definitely could be related to stress. So I challenge you to check your stress levels and see where you are. Stress also could lead to increased shedding, okay? Pushing hair into the shedding phase way too soon. So now you're seeing more hair fall out, you're experiencing more hair loss, breakage, and your hair is just not vibrant and growing the way that it should, okay? So you want to be mindful of your stress levels. When you are overwhelmed, your body produces more cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone, right? And that's what's going to lead to these different changes that I just spoke about a little while ago. Stress also leads to slower hair growth. We don't want that, okay? We trying to be out here long hang time. Well, me, newly fresh cut girl, I'm kind of loving a little short look, but I know my girlies here who's following me, you definitely want healthy, long hair, or you still just want healthy hair. It doesn't even have to be long. Whatever style of choice that you are rocking, your go-to style, you just want that style to be healthy and vibrant, okay? Shiny, just looking great and healthy. So stress less, okay? Stressing also can lead to dryness and breakage. Stress depletes the body of nutrients, leaving your hair brittle and weak. Okay, so we know that life can have us stressed. We know that, you know, we might get headaches, we might be tired, feeling overwhelmed, but we don't realize the specific details that stress has on our life, on our hair, and on our health. Okay, so if you are stressing or feel like you're stressing, grab a bottle of your good friend water, because you just heard me. It depletes yourself of nutrients, leaving your hair dry and brittle. And you, just like you need to hydrate your body, your hair also needs hydration, and that starts from within. You know, our parents, our hair, and how we look and everything comes from how we take care of ourselves and how we treat our bodies and what we feed and give our bodies, okay? And so if you find that you are stressing, if you can catch it, for example, is a particular task that you're doing that might stress you out, right? Is a particular situation that you're in that might stress you out, right? Maybe be more mindful of what those triggers are that lead you to stress, to better manage it, to possibly get someone else to do it, or try to minimize how you are doing it or your response level. Try to keep it at a minimum so that it's not going to trigger you to lead to stressing, okay? Let's try to take inventory or mental note of when we begin to feel and become stressed at any point in our lives, wherever we are and whatever we are doing. Okay, let's take our control back and knock stress out of the way, because it is not healthy to stress at all. Why stress when we got God, right? Leave it all at his feet. Give all your worries, cast your fears unto God, and he will handle them. So How can we also, in addition to giving our worries to God, in addition to taking inventory of when we become stressed, give ourselves a relief, we can dive into protective styles. My favorite. You can give your hair a much needed break while you focus on reducing this stress. Let's just think about it. If you have a style that you need to tend to every single day, that is taking time away from self-care, that is taking time away from you reducing stress, that is taking time away from you really focusing in on what you enjoy and keeping yourself happy, because you got to, recreate your schedule to incorporate styling time. When you could get protective styles when your hair is already styled. And yes, it is maintenance, but it's very low maintenance. And the maintenance that is needed for protective styles is making sure that your hair prior to has been properly washed, detox I prefer, and moisturized and hydrated prior to you putting in the style. So when the style is in, it's protecting the hair, not damaging. We don't want to put a protective style on dry, brittle, falling out hair. We need to treat it first. We also need to treat our hair and take care of our hair while it's in a protective style. So we want to make sure that we are still adding a hydration. I have a great leave-in conditioner hydration spray. You can go to nairosenaturals.com and you want to spritz your hair, your protective style first. And then we also have a nourishing hair growth oil, nairosenaturals.com. And you can use that oil to seal in the moisture while the protective style is in your hair. Oil alone is not a moisturizer, okay? Liquid leave-ins are great for protective styles because you don't want to put too much heavy creams or anything like that, because it could start to put buildup on your scalp and your hair, and then now it's not really a protective style. You're clogging your pores. You have to take it out quickly, and now you're back to stressing over what hairstyle you're going to get now because it didn't last as long as you thought. Then you want to opt in for protective styles that give you a break that you need, right? Weaves and wigs are fine, but you still got to tend to your leave out. If you get a leave out, you still got to do them curls every night if you're not using pin curls. The wigs you got to take on and off. Something, hopefully they're not tight. Hopefully they're not messing with your edges. You have a great cap to protect your hair from the wig. Other benefits of having a protective style is low manipulation, right? Less styling means less breakage. As I just mentioned before, you don't want to always be in your hair every single day, playing in it, having to manipulate it, because it can lead to breakage, hair fallout, and just even stress on your hair, right? Yeah, we stress as humans, but the hair can go through stress as well. Having braids and stuff, having braids and things in your hair for your protective style is just A1. And even crochet, because you can still reach your scalp, take care of your scalp, and have your hair continue to grow and thrive in a way that it deserves. Some ways the hair can go through stress, as I just mentioned, in it every day with high manipulation hairstyle, using chemicals in your hair, especially colors and bleach, that can really, really stress your hair, especially if it's not done properly, and using any chemicals or heat styling excessively, way too much, can put stress on the hair. And it would be very hard to achieve the vibrancy, the health that you desire for your hair. So you want to stay away from those processes as much as you can, okay? Moisture retention, okay? Moisture retention styles like braids, twists, and buns and wigs help to lock in hydration, as long as you do that pre-prep step, as I mentioned earlier, right? Making sure you fully wash, detangle, hydrate, moisturize your hair prior to the style. It definitely can help to lock in the hydration, because you prep the hair well, and now the hair is tucked away. It's not free, it's not out, it's not going through the weather outside, whether if it's dry or it's windy. Though the weather can also have an effect on your hair, but if you have it in a protective styles, you are protecting it from those harsh weather conditions. And so that's why another reason why protective styles are really, really great. And you get more time for you. That's why I love them, right? You get more time for you. You spend less time on your hair and more time on self-care. And that's what we want to do, right? My motto is healing crowns, restoring confidence, right? Here's my passion, health is my life. And so if we are healing our crowns and restoring our confidence, we have work to do on ourselves. But if we have all of these distractions and all these responsibilities, all of these things, and we're not organized, right? And we're not taking each of them seriously in the way that we can continue to thrive and grow and be our best self, then we're going to fall short. And that's not what we want, right? So we definitely want to opt in for any type of protective styles to give ourselves time to take care of ourselves. Okay, that is very, very important. And you know, we as women love to look put together. We love to look great. We love to, look very presentable. And so we have so much responsibility. The last thing sometimes we think about is our hair. And so if we have it in a protective style and it's already done, we don't have to worry about it. And my moms, if you guys are watching, the same for doing your kids' hair. Put it in a protective style. Find a day of the week that works for the both of you, whether you could do mommy, daughter styling time in one day and you just have the rest of the week or two to just be free and focus on other stuff, or you just have daughter styling time where you're just doing your daughter's hair on that one day so you can still have more time for you to thrive, to be well, and to not be pouring from an empty cup, right? We got to be energized. We got to be well. We want to show up in the world the way that God has called us to. And so that means that we need to take care of ourselves and put things in place that allow us to stay organized, on top of our game, and looking well and feeling great. So a self-care tip that I want to give you is put your hair in a protective style. And why is it a protective style? Do scalp massages, okay? Get the blood flowing. The massages is going to be so soothing to you. It's going to relax you. If you are stressing and trying to minimize stress, that's another great way to kill two with one, meaning that you are doing the scalp massages to take care of your scalp while it's in a protective style, but you also are relieving tension and allowing your mind and yourself to become more calm, to reduce that stress that you have been experiencing, okay? Deep conditioning is really great if you have your hair out like me. Every so often I do wash and condition my hair because it is out and it isn't gonna stay all curly and fresh every single day if I sleep on it and don't do nothing to it. So every 2 or 3 days, I do need to be in it. So deep conditioning is great. And mindfulness, right, will help to promote hair health and growth and wellness from the inside and out. So mindfulness, also kind of piggybacking off of what I said earlier about taking care of yourself, checking your mind and your surroundings, and when your energy shifts in certain environment, around certain people, doing certain tasks, if it's getting you antsy and make you feel a little stressed, maybe you might want to minimize those tasks, those surroundings, and those people or places that are getting you to that point. So you're being mindful of when and where certain things happen that take you off your normal thriving self. Okay, so if you are feeling stressed and it's about life and trying to minimize things in your life, trying to put things in order, get you a protective style. Okay, put your hair in a nice protective style that you can just have in for a little while so that you can focus on other things, and then make it into your routine, or your schedule where you're like every 2-3 weeks, this is the day that I take care of my hair only. Then, a week prior to, this is the style I'm researching to prepare me for it. So I know what I need to do to my hair. I know what I need to do to myself to get ready. If I need to sit long, if it's not too long of a style, if I need to purchase hair, if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to go to the salon, do I need to book an appointment? Get all of those things together so that when that time comes, it's just repetitive. It's like clockwork, because on this day you're going to do that. You know what style you're going to get, who's going to do it. And it just makes everything better for you to thrive, for you to be well in life, okay? We have assignments to fulfill. We got goals to reach. We have so much we want to accomplish. And the last thing we want to do is not be organized, miss it because we're not ready. We're not prepared. I heard one of my mentors say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do all 2025 and beyond, is to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. And that also comes from managing your stress well, practicing mindfulness, and get you your protective style so you can always be ready. Okay, here already ready. You hear me? Somebody calling you to go talk on stage, you already ready. Somebody calling you to teach a class or show up in one of their groups, you already ready. okay? Last minute family event or trip or something you need to attend, your hair is done. You already ready. So that's how we showing up. I hope that this video was really, really good to you. I hope you got some gems for it. Really quick, let's recap, right? It's about how stress affects your hair and how protective styles can help, right? We want to make sure that we monitor when we are becoming stressed. We want to know how we can relieve stress and what we can do to relieve stress. We know that stress does increase shedding to our hair, which we don't want, lower growth, and it also creates dryness and breakage to our hair. So we have to be mindful of how we manage our stress. Then we know that protective styles comes in and they can save the day, right? By allowing us to experience low manipulating hairstyles. So we're not always in our hair, taking time away from us taking care of ourselves. Moisture retention when we do our hair right, when we prep our hair prior to our style, and also more time for us, right? For us to take care of the many things that we are responsible for and to take care of so that we can show up as our best self, doing our best in any area of our life, being able to pour back into us, being able to love on us, and being able to be more organized and focused so we can continue to thrive. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone because you never know who it can bless. Until next time, bye.